Looking at a dampened ceramic high torque clutch disc, we see that these have individual friction pads and the overall surface area contact is less than in our non-asbestos organic. And the reason for that is the harder material used, the ceramic material, has a higher coefficient of friction. And so we don't rely as much on the surface area contact as the coefficient of friction grabbing between the pressure plate and the flywheel. We see that these friction pads are riveted to the plate. That plate will be mounted to this outer hub. And we see in here the dampened springs. So these are dampening coil springs. And this center hub is essentially free to move except for the spring tension within the outer hub. So the center hub sits inside the outer hub. The springs are what connect those two pieces together. So as the friction materials move the disc compresses or rotates this outer hub, which compresses the spring until the spring is all the way compressed, and then the inner hub moves. The inner hub is riveted to the center splines, and the center splines ride on the input shaft of the transmission. So the path of power then is from pressure plate to friction material, through the rivets to the plate to the outer hub, through the dampening springs to the inner hub, from the inner hub riveted to the splines, and the splines would then go to the input shaft of the transmission. So this is a harder material, and they have air gaps in here, and this is allowing the material, any contamination, to be removed, as well as to allow for more cooling because airflow increases as it passes through. These will be installed on the input shaft of your transmission in a specific position for the reason that they often have double-sided, or there's a taller side on one side than the other. So this one right here reads intermediate plate side. So it's already told you on a new clutch which side this should go towards. So then obviously the intermediate plate would be sitting here, and either the pressure plate or the flywheel side would be right here. And so we get the direction for installation on the clutch discs themselves. So ceramic clutch material, friction material, dampened in our torsional dampening springs.